Welcome back to Primetime Local News. Brett in for Buck, and we're going to talk pro sports with Brett one last time, which is definitely as a fan, your area of expertise, especially in the sport of hockey. Bit of a tough week for tough weekend in general for Canadian hockey fans. You have the Jets and the Flames both eliminated. The Flames a little bit more of a surprise, certainly, than the Jets. And then the Leafs, a chance to break that 15-year streak. They have Game 7 now coming up tomorrow. So let's actually just start there. How big is this Game 7 for Leafs fans and even Canadian hockey fans, because it'll be the only team left in the playoffs?
Well, you hit the nail right on the head with just how important it is for Canadian hockey fans as well. I know a lot of Oilers fans were cheering for the Flames, and I know just a bunch of Canadians are cheering for Canadian teams. And I think now with Calgary gone, Winnipeg gone, two teams that a lot of people had going a long way, including myself. I had Winnipeg winning the Cup, unfortunately. But you see...
you must be the only person that had that prediction.
Most likely was. But with Toronto, I think it kind of exemplifies just the love that the Canadians have for hockey. You see Maple Leaf Square just flooded with blue. People dressed up and it's all anyone can talk about. You see the Nazem Kadri thing has definitely exemplified how big this series is. And I think, honestly, the two teams, the Boston with their prolific scoring with Marchand and DeBrusk and Pasternak, and Toronto on the other end with Matthews, Tavares, even Riley as well. It's going to come down to, I think, the goaltending.
Yeah, and that certainly could be the case with bothering Tuukka Rask at the forefront of many Leafs minds. But Toronto fans have something else to cheer about. Of course, the Raptors looking pretty dominant in their last couple of games after losing on a buzzer beater, essentially, in Game 1. Playoff Kawhi is my favorite Kawhi. Obviously, Spicy P having a great playoff as well. Do you think, especially when you watch the other series, do you like Toronto's chances a little bit better now that they've shown themselves to sort of even out?
Not really. And not 100%, because you see all these other Eastern Conference matchups that are 3-0, 3-1. Boston advanced yesterday. They're not clear-cut games, and they're not games that, or they are clear-cut games, and they're games that teams aren't getting tired for. You know, Toronto's coming into each game, fighting for each game, even though they are getting the results, but they're battling. They're fighting hard against a tough Orlando Magic team, where you see Boston just flew right by. So it's going to be tough, I think, upcoming for the Raptors, I think.
Yeah, hopefully the 76ers can prove you wrong by losing Game 5 to Brooklyn, extending the series one more game. And perhaps we don't know with Joel Embiid whether he'll be healthy or not. Last minute here, a little less than a minute. Vlad Jr., do you think he's going to be called up pretty soon? Because that's the scuttlebutt. Is it in the next week or so? It looks like the Blue Jays are going to give him that shot.
I think so, and I think he has to as well. Something that a lot of people are scared about is the production, a matter of if he's going to be able to produce at the MLB level. He has everywhere else, and when he was put into AAA this year, people were still questioning if he was going to be able to produce. And first 2-3 games, he hits one out of the park. It literally hits a car, you know, at a almost professional ballpark. So the kid's ready. I think the fans are ready, and I think the organization's ready. So this is definitely going to be a big jump for them. And next will be Bo Bichette and Biggio and all that. And it's definitely going to be a youth movement coming up for Toronto, and it's definitely going to be an exciting time for them.
And that's one of the few things that Blue Jays will have had to be excited about in the past year or so. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate it.
And we'll have more on Primetime Local News.